if I traded it all.
Welcome back, everyone. My next guest has also been on my show many times. I have with me Ryan Larson, and he is the CEO of First Line Financial. Welcome back to the show.
Carol, it's good to be back.
Thank
you so
and
much.
you know what's really good is, number one, you came on the show and you were like really excited because you said that you were really into this and you thought this was a great place for me to be on the radio and get the word out about what I do.
Yep.
Way to connect with the people. And so the last time you were on, I was saying that, just because you are thinking about that, I'm going to sort of let you be and go. And you had a great time with it the way we did last time. So
I did.
I'm going to let you do that again. Please just tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do. And the floor is yours.
Thanks, Carol. Well, obviously, my name's Ryan Larson, and I am the CEO of First Line Financial. I really got my start 10 years ago in the industry. I was pretty much mentored and coached through, the process of becoming an advisor. I've actually worked with 3 different establishments or firms, and really the benefit of doing that, you really get to see what some of the top advisors are doing out there, and you get to take some of the goods and the bads from each firm and really kind of just condense it into your own and format in a way that it's going to make sense for the clients who are coming in the door. And really, I just really try to get down to the nitty gritty on everything. I always do a seminar, nitty gritty of annuities. There's so many things going around about annuities. Are they good? Are they bad? Well, I just try to break it down in a simple format. We'd look at the advantages, the disadvantages, and the strings attached. And it doesn't matter if it's an annuity, a stock, a bond, alternative investment. We really just try to simplify it for our clients who we work with. And it's all about coming up with a plan. Really what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to diversify your portfolio, and I'm just trying to build you a life jacket. So if anything comes down the pipeline, whether it be, a market correction or, just kind of some scares on the horizon, I'm building a portfolio that's going to withstand, up to anything. I look at it like building a house, right? If we're going to build a solid house, we're going to start with a foundation. Your foundation shouldn't be built on sand. It should be built on rock, right? After the foundation is laid, we really need to put those walls into place. We need to insulate and protect our home from everything, those outside elements. And then we want to put on a strong roof, right? We might be able to take some, shingles off and replace some tiles if we need to, but we don't want to ever take off that roof per se. So we just want to build a good portfolio that's going to withstand any type of market conditions or any type of investment concerns that are happening internationally also.
Well, what you have said before when you've been on the show, you call yourself a portfolio designer, which I absolutely love the way that you put that. It is obviously different for everybody.
Yes.
Not everybody's going to have the same portfolio or need the same products.
Every person is different, and that's really something that I've known. And I've sat on hundreds of different client appointments with the different advisors, and it's amazing how many stories you hear and what their needs are and what their wants are. And really when they come into the office and we sit down, and it's just really get to know each other, really that's what we're there to do. But I ask them 3 very important questions right up front, okay? I ask them, what's the purpose of your money, right? What are we hoping to accomplish with your money? Next, what's your current or future income needs? And what are your liabilities? Because if a financial advisor doesn't know those 3 questions and he doesn't know your liabilities, then I don't think, in my opinion, he should be recommending any type of investment or product. It doesn't matter if he's trying to, sell you a CD. I don't think he has any right to offer any products without knowing you and your suitability moving forward.
Well, you have written a white paper. The white paper is called The Nitty Gritty of Annuities. And you kind of specialize in alternative investments and annuities.
Yeah, I think annuities really have their place within a portfolio. I'm actually working with a client right now, and he was, wondering about the guarantees and the hypotheticals. Well, I always base the annuities on guarantees. I think, if you're basing annuities on hypotheticals, you're in the wrong bucket, okay? annuities, you're looking for lifetime income guarantees. That's what it is. You don't want to change your living down the road. So with an annuity, it's providing a structured income stream for the rest of your life. Just look at it like a pension. There's 4 different types of annuities. There's good ones and there's bad ones. There's pros and there's cons. But the 4 different types, you have the immediate annuity, which is just like a pension. A fixed annuity is just like a CD. A variable annuity, just think of mutual funds. And a fixed index annuity, which obviously participates in like the S&P 500 or the Dow Jones or the NASDAQ. Your money's never invested into the market. You're just kind of taking the temperature of that index or the indice, and really you're basing your performance on that index. So once again, we try to take the annuities, solve for the guaranteed lifetime income needs or your living expenses, and then we might use alternatives, which are different from stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. And really, alternatives are really meant to be there for you for cash flow, and it's giving you a different alternative investment besides the Wall Street world or the investment or the up and down world.
Well, you've written this paper. It's called The Nitty-Gritty of Annuities. We're going to open up the lines to the audience for everyone to get it. We think that everyone should have it so that you can, make some decisions. It's information. That's all it is. And you do free consultations with people. We want everybody to have the nitty-gritty of annuities. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can check him out on his website, which is firstlinefin.com. And you can even call his office. He does do a free consultation there at 480-729-6246. Call in here. And there are different annuities. Not every one of them is right. Not every one of them is great. A lot of people have their feelings about them.
Yep.
And that's okay, but that's what he's here to educate you on. So call us here at 602-277-5369 and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. What else should we talk about?
Well, let's talk about the markets right now. How that volatility that everyone's experiencing within their portfolio. I don't know what the percentage that the clients that come in my door is. They usually have about 100% of their money invested in the Wall Street or the Wall Street world, which I call it. And that's kind of a scary thing because obviously, we have had a really good run up in the markets for the last couple years now. We're at all-time highs. And right now, I think it's a good time to position yourself a little bit more defensively moving forward because we are at that all-time highs. You don't want to buy or don't want to sell on the dips. You want to sell when you're doing really well in the markets, which we're doing right now. So I like to see my clients kind of position some of their money out into a more conservative investment, which is maybe non-correlated. And really how I design my portfolios is I'm just kind of mirroring the ultra wealthy or the most accredited institutional investors out there. I like to model myself after the endowment model. And really, if you look at endowments or Ivy League schools such as Harvard, Princeton, Yale, they're really going to structure themselves in endowments. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to move up on the capital stack. All right. And they're looking for cash flow or distributions from an investment, and they don't want any of that volatility that they're going to find all in the Wall Street world. So really that's kind of when we're looking at a portfolio, we say, okay, we might carve out a piece of, to put into like a guaranteed lifetime income. Then we might look at an alternative and, say, okay, this is going to provide cash flow. And then, hey, let's, try to hit, some doubles, maybe some triples and put it into some stocks and bonds. Maybe some exchange trade funds. I really don't like mutual funds. I think those are kind of dinosaurs, and a lot of people have kind of moved or graduated from mutual funds, and they deserve the right to either hold the position directly, such as, like an Apple or a Microsoft, than buying a whole fund.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to talk further about some of the different things that you want to talk about today. And our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Call in, get the white paper that he wrote, Nitty-Gritty of Annuities. Check him out. It's firstlinefin.com.
Traded it all
Welcome back. We're talking with Ryan Larson, and he is the CEO of First Line Financial. And I'm mentioning that you are thinking about someday having your own radio show.
Possibly.
You're really thinking about it.
It's a scary thought.
It is, but it's really fun. You can come on here and do the same thing.
Absolutely.
And so you had said that one of the things that you wanted to talk about was what they would expect when they come in. And we also want you to know that our lines are open here, so you can call in. And everyone who's calling in, he wants you to have his white paper that he wrote. It's the nitty gritty of annuities. Just learn the information on it. He does free consultations. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I'm going to let everybody call throughout the rest of the show to also get that. So give us a call here. You can also check him out at firstlinefin.com or call his office. It's 480-729-6246. So what does happen when they go into your office?
Yeah, I mean, I usually do monthly seminars, and really kind of at the end of that, I kind of set the tone of what they could expect to experience within that first meeting process. And it's just a discovery or evaluation, just to see if we're the right fit, right? But what we're going to really talk about in that discovery or evaluation meeting is we're going to talk about, the portfolio. And like I said before, if we're going to do any type of product, we have to look at the portfolio at hand right now, how it lays right now. So I kind of use a medical analogy. We have to do a proper diagnosis of your current portfolio before we can make any recommendations or prescriptions moving forward. So really that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to be stress testing your portfolio. I'm going to be very agnostic. I'm going to look at it at a 20,000 foot view and see if there's any problems based on your suitability needs. And, life changes, right? Your portfolio should change as well. As we're kind of moving forward in life, your different things are going to happen. We might need different needs. And that's what you're really looking for your portfolio to do, accomplish different things moving forward. So if we want safety, we know we should probably tailor out of, the markets and go into something a little bit more conservative, maybe possibly an annuity, if that makes sense. An annuity might not even make sense, but that's what we're really going to dive into to see if that's what we're trying to do moving forward. Then we might say, okay, well, we talked about your portfolio and maybe some of the things that I see wrong with it. Just, not saying it's not the right fit for you right now, but then we're going to look at fees. Okay. What, a lot of people say when they come in, hey, Ryan, I'm paying 1.5 in fees. Well, usually when I do my stress test or my fee analysis, I usually find it's around 2 to maybe even 2.5%. I mean, sometimes that's $12,000 on a portfolio. It's a huge chunk of money, and I'm very fee sensitive, so I like looking at a portfolio, making sure that we could cut as much overhead out of the portfolio and really put that money to work for you. Okay, it's your money. You worked hard for it. It deserves to work for you. It shouldn't go to an advisor or an insurance agent or a broker who really isn't looking out for your best interest. All right. I'm a fiduciary. Obviously I have to do what's in my client's best interest first. The DOL, that's a new ruling that just says that every advisor out there right now has to be a fiduciary. They have to be looking out for your best interest. I'm an independent advisor, which means I'm ahead of that curve. So, I've been doing this for a long time, and we're going to continue to do the right thing. I just worked with a client the other day, and I was looking at a couple different products. And obviously, down the road, we're going to have to start talking about products or investments, right? Mm-hmm. But I was looking at an investment, and we were about ready to sign paperwork, and I saw something kind of came out a little bit different. And, I said, hey, listen, we're not going to do anything today. We're not going to sign. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to wait, because I want to dive into this other investment that I see that's probably a little bit more in line with your needs. They really appreciated that. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a hard sale. Sign here, I'm going to make my money. It's about doing what's in the client's best interest first.
So how about people out there that have, they might even already have somebody. You said that you are fee sensitive.
Yeah.
And there's got to be a lot of people out there that, that if they have somebody that they're working with and they're paying an exorbitant amount of fees, what's it about, if they had a second opinion done by you?
Well, the second opinions are huge, especially in this industry.
Does everybody do it or no?
No, not a lot of people. I mean, I think the new wave of it's definitely coming because of this new ruling. So because you have a lot of clients out there who are working with these big wirehouses or brokerage firms because that's what they were sold on. They were sold on this concept of buy, hold, and diversify. Own international small caps, mid caps, large caps, and just buy and hold no matter what the market's doing. But if you really look at that for the last decade and a half, I call it the lost decade and a half, because if you haven't really made any money, so that really hasn't worked out for a lot of people. And now they're just tuning in saying, okay, there has to be other options besides this Wall Street world. Well, I work in 3 different worlds, okay? And it doesn't matter who you are. There's 3 different worlds out there. You got the banking world, you got the insurance and the alternative investment world, and then you got the Wall Street world. Now, to me, it doesn't matter what world of money we work in or what company or product we choose. I could work with any company out there or get you any product in the universe. I have no bias towards any one company or any one firm, okay?
You're just looking out for your client.
Got to. You got to. That's the number one rule when you come into my firm or as an advisor or any type of an employee. We're going to do what's in the client's best interest first, no matter what.
It makes sense. And we have everybody who is calling in. He's going to give you his nitty-gritty of annuities. Or if you just want to get connected with him, maybe you do want to do a second opinion with somebody who is fee sensitive. That would be very big. He also does... the way he puts things is that he is a portfolio designer, and he's not here to push you on anything. You're not a product pusher. You've also said that.
Yep.
You're just you're looking out for the best interest of your clients, and you want to just talk to them. You do free consultations. Our number here, we do want you to have this information because he believes that it should be a part of your portfolio. And again, everyone is different, but he likes to talk to you about them. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can check him out on his website. It's firstlinefin.com. You can also call their office. Their number is 480-729-6246. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I just want to say when you come in, there's no obligations. We're going to sit down. We're going to have a nice conversation. We're going to get to know each other, right? We're going to build a plan that's in your best interest moving forward, all right? I don't always say, hey, we need to scratch all this. We're going to look at it very agnostically and just say, okay, these are the things that we might want to change. It's all up to the client or the consumer. So essentially, if it's working, then let's not do anything, all right? But if it needs fixing, let's do a little fixing.
Right.
So that's really what we're going to experience through that first appointment is just kind of looking at the portfolio, making sure that everything is tuned up and ready to go.
Right. But also it's all about what they're going to do with their money. And they've worked hard for it. And like you said before, where are we going to put it? Are there any things else that they should know about you that you would do that may be different besides some of these other things?
Yeah. Well, when I build my portfolios, I kind of model myself after the endowment model. And what they're trying to do, once again, they're trying to move up on the capital stack. Okay. So these are going to be investments like REITs, real estate investment trusts. These are non-traded. All right. So if you're in a REIT, just be careful of the type of REIT. You want to look at how is it backed, who's managed it, how are they covering their distributions. We might look at BDCs or business development companies. These are very similar to banks. They actually loan money to different companies who are looking to grow and expand their business. We might look at structured notes, maybe some oil and gas ventures. I mean, if that's the thing that you're into. And if you're an accredited investor, you make $250,000 or have $1 million in liquid net worth. Essentially, we might want to look at some Reg D offerings, some venture capital or private equity. So there's an abundance of investments out there. It's really kind of tailored to the client and what they're hoping to get out of their portfolio. But we're going to look at all these different types of investments, and we're going to find the one that's best fits for your situation. And like I said, some things are not right for certain people. So annuity might make sense, but essentially if you're younger, you might want to have a little bit more money in the Wall Street world, so it's kind of based on your suitability.
Well, you also say that you do a stress test for there. We're going to talk about that real quickly before we go. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. We want you to get his white paper. It's the nitty-gritty of annuities, and get connected with him so that you can find out. He does a free consultation. Find out what are some of these different things that he might have that might work for you. Go ahead.
The stress test is huge. Really what we're going to do is we're going to put your portfolio on a treadmill. We're going to hook it up to EKGs. We're going to press 10 and see what happens. We're going to be exposing problems in your current portfolio. All right. So this is not a high pressure sale environment. This is really talking to each other, getting to know each other. First off, what you're hoping to accomplish, what's the purpose of your money moving forward. It's all about you and making that dream that you've worked so hard for come true.
Our lines are open here. We're going to let you keep on calling throughout the rest of the show. You can get his nitty-gritty of annuities and get a little information from him so that you can find out what he can do for you. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You want to check him out on his website. It is FirstLineFin. That's FIN.com. You can also call his office direct. It's 480-729-6246.